My name is David Gallegos. I was born and raised in LA, Inglewood, California to be specific. And I've been working as a mental health professional in the last 12 years. I mean, the hardest thing when you do therapy and you're being one-on-one with a person, is them opening up, trusting you and really allowing you to see what's going on inside them for the reason that they came to you. So obviously them coming to you is telling you that they have an issue that they want to resolve. So when you use these powerful tools like the toad medicine, ayahuasca, other substances, what you're really doing is they're already allowing themselves to accept, that there is a problem and kind of feel comfortable with talking about it. So once they kind of get to me with the integration part, they're more than happy to explain, what's going on with them, because it's their time now to actually release. When it can take many, many sessions in the beginning before actually taking the tools that just as a therapist, they take probably a month, 2 months to open up and actually feel comfortable with you. So when you catch them after they take these medicines, what really it is, they want to talk with somebody. Now they're actually just trusting their own process and finding someone that can help them, and guide them to actually getting and resolving their issues. My specific role is I started seeing a big need, in the facilitation process that the most facilitators were not doing, and is integration. They give them such a powerful tool like the toad or ayahuasca, and then nobody follows up with them. I mean, it's me. I worked as a mental health professional with psychiatrists, and I always give the example is imagine you give a person an antipsychotic, and they, you don't follow up with them. It's like the psychiatrist saying, I'm going to give you this very powerful medication, has all these side effects and things that can happen after you start taking them, and I will never see you again. I mean, to me, that's very scary. Very, very scary. As a mental health professional, once again, we always had a team together. It would be me, it'd be a nurse practitioner, and the psychiatrist all together, that we'd work together for, every week, just to see this person, how they're doing. Are they improving, or are they kind of going backwards? So we had always a continuous improvement on their lives, to see how we can best help them. And here in the facilitation process, I would see most people just, I don't want to say they did not care, but maybe their business was going so well in giving the medicine that they really didn't think it was important, to do the integration. So I had to do something as a person that I really care about these people, that they're in a process that can take years and years to actually accept. So to actually take the medicine, they're open. So this is where you really need, somebody to come in and help them out, understand, to take them to that next level that they're really looking for. Because what's the intention before they take the medicine? That they want to change. So why, as a facilitator, you give the medicine and you don't follow up with them if the real reason was to help this person, get to that next level of their life and understanding? My perspective really is, the good part about this is that people are waking up, or better said, people want to wake up, so something inside them is telling them, hey, this thing might help you get to that place that you wanted to feel, or you want to feel more connected to your life or your family or this earth, or connection to God, more spiritual. So I'm glad that that's happening. But the biggest problem I'm seeing is people are being opened up completely, their consciousness, and have no idea where they're going. They thought that it would just be this, paradigm of what religions say. Oh, well, when you connect, everything is just beautiful. You have heaven and you have God. So if you connect, everything's just gonna be beautiful. But we're starting to see that that's not the truth. We have no idea, what the astral realm, the ether realm hold. Just as there can be positive entities, there are surely 1,000 negative entities waiting for you to leave your body. And there's all sorts of things happening that we still don't know yet. And it's kind of ignorant to just think that once you take this tool that you're just going to open up and everything's going to be beautiful and you're going to heal out of nowhere. That's just not happening. And that's where I see this has headed to, and it's happening now. I get phone calls every day from people all around the world complaining that the facilitator, hasn't called them, and they're going through anxiety attacks and all sorts of things. So once again, I think we're all happy as a collective, you know, that we are a part of this movement, that there are people wanting to wake up and wanting to take this tool. But then there's a huge responsibility that if we want to take people to that next level, then we have to guide them. We have to literally hold them by their hand. You know what I mean? Of course, at the end of the day, we want them to be independent, but we also have to take responsibility that we gave them this medicine and we are integrating them. So we are held responsible for this process. Well, what we try to create is a protocol, you know, probably like a year ago. I mean, where we started seeing this exactly issue happening between no integration, no pre-screening, you know what I mean? And people just literally buying a toad on the corner, you know what I mean? And making themselves believe they're a shaman and selling their ceremonies as shamans that they know all these things. And a lot of people falling through the cracks. So we had to say, okay, we can't no longer just give this tool, you know what I mean, to just anybody. We got to figure out what's happening. Why are these people going through the cracks? You know what I mean? And trying to really help these people, guide them to that next level. You know what I mean? Just as we now that want to facilitate the medicine or integrate the medicine as I'm doing and a lot of facilitators. So why wouldn't we want the people that we're giving this tool to feel the same way that we now feel in our lives? You know what I mean? In order for them to get to that, you know what I mean, we need to guide them. And there's no way around this. So what we first want to do is we do a pre-screening process, you know what I mean, where 2 days or 1 day before they take the medicine, you know, it's still not accepted that they are going to take the medicine. They have to go through the process where we have a questionnaire for them, you know, figure out, you know, if they had mental health problems in the past, you know what I mean, suicidal tendencies, you know, because, you know, as a lot of people have taken this tool, we know that a lot of things come back up, you know what I mean, after, and if no one's going to follow up with them, it can be very severe, you know what I mean, with these suicidal tendencies or suicidal thoughts that they had in the past. So we want to make sure up front, you know, what is the real intention behind this? Are they just trying to get an experience out of this, or they actually want to go through the process of changing their life around? You know, so we want to divide who's here to just get a high, you know what I mean, as it is happening, and who is really taking this, you know, serious and actually wants to make a change in their life. So we want to divide those two. We want to know who we really are working with before we actually take the responsibility, as I will, you know what I mean, and the facilitator that I'm working with will. So we want to make sure that they are going to be responsible as well. So we are all working together.
Would you say it's safe?
It's safe, once again, if we create this protocol, you know what I mean, that we're trying to do. Just as, you know, anything in mental health, you know what I mean, you have a team. That's one thing I'm just really trying to put out there. We have to be a collaboration of people to work with one person. You know what I mean, why is it that in mental health, like I said, you take these psychiatric medication, you know, and we take it very serious that you have a whole protocol developed, and you have the psychiatrist with a mental health professional, therapist, you know, nurse practitioner, just for one person to follow up with them for this one medication that they're taking. You know what I mean? And they even have to come back every week to do a blood, you know, sample just to see what the blood, how is the system acting with the medication. So I would like to know, you know, because this is still in the first process of these tools, you know, what's really happening to people, you know, how are they developing? So it can be safe, yes, if we do it in a very safe way. We have a protocol set up. We have a team of collaborators, you know, working with one individual, and that we want to make sure that it's going to be the safest possible. So yes, it can be severely dangerous if any person catches themselves buying toad and thinks they're a shaman now, and just to make a quick buck, you know what I mean, starts promoting it on Facebook or what have you as, you know, I'm a shaman and I give toad. And then all of a sudden, the person after they take the toad never sees this person again. So yes, it can be severely dangerous.
And in the positive phase of this, what would you say would be?
Oh, you have this is I believe it's a multi-dimensional tool. You know what I mean? That we're still seeing the facets of what it can cause for people in a positive way. As I've seen personally, you know what I mean, working with facilitators, people all of a sudden they have back injuries, and after they're taking the medicine, they no longer have that back injury. You know what I mean? Or what is it called, physical and emotional as well, with their whole traumas that they've had as children. You know, they actually talk about it within the first session, and you can see right away the improvement in their life. So we're barely beginning to see the facets of what it can cause, but in my point of view, I have seen tremendous benefits of this. But obviously, once again, always putting that integration in process. Who is the facilitator? I mean, how long have they been doing this? You know, do they know how much dosage to give each person, each individual? Are they in a safe surrounding? You know, and does this person even know what themselves are getting themselves into? So creating those things, I believe we can see tremendous benefits of this.
What do you see in the future in the usage of these tools?
Governments are going to take over this. I mean, there's no escaping. Once government officials really see what this is, doctors and stuff, it's going to really cut a lot of facilitators that are giving this medicine and trying to take it up the ladder. You know what I mean? Because they're just going to see multi-dimensional benefits of this medicine, and you're seeing it now, you know what I mean, with psilocybin being approved now, you know what I mean, for the Johns Hopkins University in the United States. So, I mean, toad is here to stay, whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. I mean, the question is, do we want to do it as a safe way, you know what I mean, or do we want to keep it underground and it taking a very long time to actually be, you know, globalized? The integration really consists of at least 4 to 6, you know, sessions. The first one I do obviously is the pre-screening. It's not the first session, that's the pre-integration. I just want to get to know the person, you know what I mean? Because obviously I'm going to be wanting to be responsible for this person after they take the medicine. And so I want them to know exactly who I am. You know what I mean? How our team is going to be working with this person. You know, because I believe every time I've done it and they know of, it's going to be me plus a facilitator and maybe somebody else, you know what I mean, that helps them do energetic work, they feel right away with a smile on their face, because everybody wants to know when they're in the face of fear, you know what I mean, that there's someone to catch them in case they fall. I mean, that's just human behavior. So, I mean, every time I talk to people about what I do, you know what I mean, right away is a smile on their face, because they know that after this, they can have someone to talk to. You know what I mean, whether it's the worst experience that they have, you know what I mean, they know at the end of the day, if they have someone to talk to, they will improve, you know, that situation, whatever it is that they happen. So, I mean, this is what we really do pre-screening. Then after they take the medicine, I'm there within 24 hours. I like to always do my first session within 24 hours. Why? Because the person's still very open. You know what I mean? Very open and want to express exactly, you know what I mean, what they're feeling, whether it was bad or good. And I like to catch them there. You know what I mean? Just to know that if they are going through a bad experience, wow, David was here from the very beginning while I was feeling like crap, you know what I mean? And he really helped me understand what's going to happen, you know what I mean? The process and what can be some side effects or what can be some, you know, behavior, you know what I mean, that starts happening. And then probably the second, third day after that first session, I follow up with them, you know what I mean, for a video chat, or if they're around the vicinity that I'm in, I would be more than happy to see them. But through the days, it's also text, you know what I mean, just quick voice messages just to see how they're doing, just to let them know that somebody's still, you know, monitoring them, wants to know how they're feeling. I mean, so what I've done is create this protocol that just works. I mean, I've seen a huge difference from people, you know what I mean, that literally people say, I didn't even know that it was possible. I didn't know that actually someone does the integration. So I just want to always let them know that there's someone here, you know what I mean, to be responsible also, because they 100% of the time don't know what this actually is. They've seen a couple videos. The facilitator can say whatever he wants, but the experience that they actually have has nothing to do. It's probably a 5% of what actually the facilitator expressed to them what was going to happen. So of course someone has to be following up with them. I mean, we are held responsible. This has to be a team effort thing. Just like the toad, you know, now you have all these facilitators. We are a team. You know what I mean? The toad just came out, you know, out of nowhere now at this time. So we can work as a team effort to make this, you know, world a better place.
What do you think about celebrities like Mike Tyson and all, I mean, getting mainstream?
Well, as we said, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? Just the question is, are we ready? You know what I mean? For the people that are facilitating, the people that want to do integration and want to create this protocol to be responsible, then I have, you know, no worries about who sees it or who does it, because we've actually created something safe, a safe environment around this. But my fear is that once they see Mike Tyson doing it, if there's no safe protocol and you still have these facilitators running around believing they're shamans because they took a weekend certification, which I don't even know what that means. But then that's scary, because obviously we see how media works these days. Any entertainment, celebrity or whatever, people now think, oh, it's approved by Mike Tyson, you know, or it's approved by this person because they did it. That means I can do it too. I don't know where we get that idea from in our head, but what I focus on is my protocol. Whether celebrities do it or not do it, my focus is protocol. You know what I mean? Because we need to be held responsible. You know, if this person that does want to take themselves on the next level or heal traumatic experience, we have to be there to catch them. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's still their responsibility. It is their life. But what a beautiful thing when you know there's a team effort being pulled for you, you know what I mean, to get you to that next level. I would just like to say, if you do believe that this medicine is calling you, or ayahuasca or toad or what have you, please take the time. Do not rush into this. It's not going away tomorrow. I promise you it will still be here in 6 months and a year from now. The question is, what type of experience do you want to have? You know what I mean? There are so many people call themselves shamans these days. Trust me, I know who they are. You know what I mean? And they have left people after when shit hits the fan, they're gone. So please take the time, research who is your facilitator, how long has he been doing it, interview him. You know what I mean? If he strays away from it or he gives you the cold shoulder, that's a good sign that you should not be doing anything with him at all. You know what I mean? So please be responsible. This all goes back to the person participating in this ceremony, not the facilitator. You know what I mean? Because the facilitator can say, oh, well, they didn't tell me anything, so I just gave it to them and that was it. So it really goes back to the participant. You guys are the responsible ones. You guys create this market. I mean, you guys create this responsibility. If you guys ask more questions and ask for an integrator and ask for a team of collaborators, we have to make it happen for you guys. So you guys control this market. Please make it a responsible market.